of the draft, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them all, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. We just spit on, spin move, and zone.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And the Packer first down.
Now Cohen. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed and the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter. But I think the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
A gain of 40.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Cohen. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
That's complete, right around the 8. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
The ball carrier.
Alexander Madison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The kick.
And he'll bang that one through.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Seven, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Jackson. That one complete to Hill. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Flushed out right. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Raheem Mostert, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over first and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future as they look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll run it with Cohen. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Yards on the play. First down, Green Bay.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Well, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun on third down is Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Complete to Justin.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On second down, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Green Bay.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
At the 39-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's got Jack Doyle. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now off the bootleg. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. This one brought in by Jefferson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Burrow, middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
19 yards.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Complete. Jefferson to target. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
To number 8.
Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Score Lions 21. Packers.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Mostert. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up second and 2 at the Packers' 46-yard line.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
For the field goal, a 43-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll make a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. This goes out right to Doyle. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. To the air again, Burrow. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Drill Peppers. An 8-yard pickup.
They go play action with Burrow. Going deep for Hopkins. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
First down, Packers.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He would call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
Lions 24, Packers 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
12 at the 20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught by Coulter. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now it's Burrow. That is caught by Cohen. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down.
To throw. They'll drop this one down to Cohen. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
6 at the 47-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here we go with Burrow. To the right side, complete to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Jefferson.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Being chased out left. He's going to take off. Oh, no, he lost the football. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Recovered by the offense.
To throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Throwaway and incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They need a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
Today's final score, Lions.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Detroit, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.